would pick up. They levy taxes. They may arrest me to incriminate any violation of laws. They put the criminals to jail. Of course, trial should be ensured in due respect, jury trial warrants. In any case, that is the basic beginning point. However, how do you much favor the positive concept of liberty? Now, let all people get along lonely in their own interest. The government would not involve, no matter with a citizen. The government could their own way, the police to protect property rights for the wealthy people, and strong defense to satisfy the privileged class of society. Who do you suppose most strict if North Korea will get aggressive? They now plan to execute a domestic, a nuclear test. So long chronic issues actually. What is the threat? Foreign aggression actually. So in the beginning of class, I assured that the present paradigm of modern optimization underlies the active government. So what is the role of government? To empower the citizen to function wholly. So one value espoused by the earlier philosopher, Greek philosopher, you know the name, Plato or Aristotle. So negative liberty would not terminate any possible argument about the essence of human liberty. That now the society has progressed much, so no possible option to make them feel backward to its inception. So the concept will not no longer be sustained if you are equal on the start line. How do you support the argument? Do you see? It satisfies your sensibility of justice. Open-minded, if you may agree. When actually the social justice is an important question. I never intend to support egalitarian society. We have different talents or personal qualities to subsidize our lives. Nonetheless, it's still problematic if we can illustrate for example, a poverty issue, and also how is the issue of formative action now in progress in the United States context? It is or denied. In some cases, you see in the state of Michigan, the affirmative action would not just is against social justice. We see it deprive the equal opportunity of people. In other states, it could be sustained. That would rely on the independent state ground. So the federal judiciary would not go deeper if it falls within the autonomous kind of leniency to be more liable in response with the specific situations, status of state. I may say it hardly generalized, universalized over a state. So it actually a delicate point about the tradition of a federal judiciary. One other peer illustration would be a death penalty issue. The federal court would not say definitely about this constitutionality or unconstitutionality. It could depend on case-by-case basis or status of the various states. However, we see the general guideline to be respected by states. You see in Roe versus Wade, the state Supreme Court formulated the basic rules about permissible abortion. The state that government would involve to shape the guidelines about medical practice. So, in what condition can we properly execute the removal of life support system? What might be fed through a horse or so with the delivery state patient. And also, what is that? And we have some stages in pregnancy or so we faced with a dual risks, how to sacrifice the private right of a woman against the value of a fetus. Is a fetus a person within the meaning of a constitutional English? It's actually perplexing. And might be evolutionary in response with the environmental change. And it is what I perceive understanding of a court attitudes, typically federal courts in the United States. And also may have many strengths since we could not be different about how the climate change. So open the space to be fed in later development of conditions or circumstances. So educational sector is also helpful to facilitate your understanding of federalism. And so, and the basic structure will tilt on the state role and responsibilities. Actually, the degree program, or what is that? A curriculum and instruction and qualification of teachers and their status as a public employee, or many other essences of basic education would be determined by the state government. So, you know, the clause, what Article 10, what reserve power, what does it mean? So, federal power is enumerated one, as you see. And we have a catch-all provision, which must not be comprehensive, since the strict code would not be generous to encompass all necessary and proper clause, and that would be different a little the enumerated powers about human rights content. So we share the same provision of the Republic of South Korea and the United States. We have a federal union like the United States. The necessary proper clause would register to expand the federal power. However, the code would not be so friendly. So the power is properly deemed as wholly reserved with the state, unless otherwise the Constitution provides to specify the federal powers. Okay? So that's the basis to make the state government incumbent on this issue. The history of public education is the United States would in last year, for example, some extent of a federal intervention had been observed over the past millennium. What is that? For example, Morrill Act or Smith-Hughes Act. The federal government mandates grant of land policy commitment, and one important strand about between the role of federal and state government would be a Department of Health and Education welfare. At its inception, the department took the form of conglomerate. So many social welfare issues were merged into one Department of Health and Education and Welfare. That department was divided into two dimensions: services and education, human services and education. And the educational expense would not be extensive. You see, it conforming the statistics, perhaps. What is that? What is the number? Piecemeal portion from the total government budget. In the year with this structure, the human service part, which was detached from DHW, witnessed 4 times increase from the previous expense of education sector. Actually, actually tumultuous. They wanted to stay the same from with the decades ago. So this it conforms to minimal or federal government, for example. And you also consider partisan politics affects the basic direction of educational policy. Okay? Lanham Act in 1940 and Smith-Hughes Act in 1970. And in response to the Sputnik, what is Sputnik? It's the space shuttle to surprise the American public what we may be left in a space competition. President Eisenhower engaged to reshape the math and science education program on the GI Act, which was supported a transcending a partisan interest. And many names familiar, for example, No Child Left Behind Act in Bush administration. And Ronald Reagan is a conservative president. And his ambition is to reduce the governmental budget extensively. So he perceived the highly little government in the interest of the American public. Carter administration power to enact the protection of pupil rights with the not-settled commission to submit a report to the President and Congress. So under the Reagan administration, the expenditures to support public education also shrank. And typically, the shocking practice from the state government is notorious to perplex a due division of law between public and private. Oh, okay. We passed class time. I must end it up. Okay, thank you for your attention. Any question? That will be all for this class. And let me have your name. Can you write down?